Oh, what it do? What it do? What it do? Hello, hello. Hey, hi. What it do? Good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning. I am not going to fap on cam, sir, you disgusting fuck. Is this live? Of course this is live. What would this be? Dead? You're in the toilet? Cool. Highdeology is pre-recorded, yeah. Hey, good beard game. Thanks, man. I've been trying really hard to not shave it. What future do you want for Cinema for Cynics? I just like it to keep growing, man. And I'm really happy at the pace that it's growing. It's reaching outside of its initial kind of subscriber crush from TJ's promotions and stuff. So it's reaching outside of our established fan base, which is something that I wanted to do. And it's doing that. In the long distance kind of future, I'd like to maybe incorporate some other personalities into it, kind of broaden out what we cover, add some more people to the cast, and, have some more, varied content. Am I participating in No Nut November? No. No, I've already broken that. I've nutted several times in November. Several dozen times already. So. Do you like turtles? Do you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? No. I used to like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I don't like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now. Several dozen, yeah, dude. I've got a nut pretty much every 3 hours every day to keep going, just to keep myself connected enough to the world to want to be in it. About every 3 hours, I've got to remind myself that orgasms exist, so I got to blow a load. Just the way it works. Are you guys seeing Justice League or Coco? I'm probably not going to see either of those in the theaters. I definitely don't want to see Justice League in the theater, so. A busted nut a day keeps the doctor away. 3 or 4 busted nuts a day, dude. You're in a perpetual state of orgasm 24 hours a day, then how did you type that? Nice try. Nice try, dude. Nobody is typing a coherent sentence with punctuation and shit while they're coming. It's just not happening, dude. So you revealed that you're a fucking liar. And that you truly are an ugly fucking cunt, dude. Everyone needs to calm the fuck down. I agree, dude. You guys come charging through the gates in here, man. Like it's fucking 4th of July or some shit. And it's like, wait a minute. Let's all chill out for a second, okay? Diet Dr. Pepper and Cheese Whiz. That sounds good. I'm down with some Cheese Whiz, man. I like that sharp cheddar Cheese Whiz. Give me a can of that and some fucking Ritz crackers. That's a meal right there, man. You could just have a whole meal of Ritz crackers and Cheese Whiz. Would I make love to a fat Chinese woman? Sure. I like all the varied levels of thickness that come in women. I'm not like a body typist. I like, thin, athletic, petite women, and I like women that are blubbergumptious, and I like women all along the fucking spectrum. So, I get to pick from all of female humanity, whereas all of the rest of you guys are chasing an ideal that you'll never attain. I get a boner for every size and shape of woman. Mr. Naughty Priest. Hey, Paul, I've paid a ridiculous amount of money to see your dick on Pornhub. I have no plans on stopping, so have more of my money. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to go have more wine now. Mr. Naughty Priest, you are a gentleman and a scholar, sir. But yeah, no, I want to stick to the body type thing, because I do feel kind of lucky that I think that women pretty much all along the side. I mean, like, there is a cutoff. The My 600 Pound Life shit where they've got like 3 stomachs, one of them's purple. You know what I mean? That type of shit, I don't think I could get down with that. So there is even a cutoff for me. But, you know what I mean? I can't get with that. Yeah. I mean, because like, all I can think about with that is having to heft that gut up over my shoulder while I'm fucking it. You know what I mean? Because that's really, if you think about it, what else are you going to do? You're going to have to pull that gigantic fupa curtain thing up and put it somewhere. You know what I mean? There is a line. But I think what makes those people unattractive to me is less the big bulging fat problem and more just the fact that they represent somebody who just has given up. You know what I mean? And I don't really find that sexually attractive. I'm not sexually attracted to people who have absolutely and completely given up. Would I date a girl taller than me? So I'm 6'1". So we're talking about like an Amazonian woman. Would I, like, if I just, met and fell in love with like a basketball player or something, and she's like 6'2", 6'3", has a good little chunk of height over me? I think I would, yeah. I mean, given the right circumstances. I don't really have hang-ups about having a girl be taller than me that I'm aware of. But everybody that I've dated has been significantly shorter than me. Like, I don't think I've ever dated somebody that's over 5'10". I think my tallest ex was 5'10". Is there a God? Is there a God? I don't know for absolutely certain, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that, nah, there isn't. How do you feel about it? Is there a God? Dude, you guys have all got to go vote on that Twitter poll. I have no idea how TJ's king pitch is beating Please Clap, dude, but it's a travesty. It's a travesty that Please Clap is not winning this poll. Paul, where's the Streamlabs? Fuck Google getting a chunk of this $5. I will more than likely eventually set it up, but I'm just appreciative that you guys are here watching. And, the money is kind of a secondary nice thing that happens every once in a while. But I appreciate it. Eventually, I'll probably get Streamlabs set up. Have someone set it up for me. Well, the problem is that I do these streams right now from a mobile device, like I'm on my phone. And that's kind of what I like about them, is that I can kind of take it into a place that's quiet and go into a corner of the house where I'm not going to bother anybody into it. The studio's not set up for live streaming Like I don't have, there's no PC out here, so that may change eventually. Like we may end up getting a PC so that we can have like a little monitoring station here. But as it stands right now, there's just no way to do it that way. Dear Paul, I just discovered my Republican uncle's a pothead at Thanksgiving. When we blazed, one of my perception of reality is shattered. How do I? Oh, your Republican uncle's a pothead. Why is Dinor? Please, dude, please, pretty please. Could you shut up? Thanks. Ladies and gents, the Dinor Show. Here, let me go let him out so he can go inside. Come on. I know that's what you want. You want to go see your mom? Let's go. I want to swing from the chandelier, the chandelier. Excuse me, pardon me. You guys didn't. No, the mic's pointed this way. You didn't hear me singing. You sound like shit, Peaches. No shit. That song drives me insane. There was a bunch of songs that were out right around when I started dating Ashley. I was living in San Antonio, and there was a bunch of songs that were all on the radio all the time. And fuck, there was that one, that chandelier, the yodeling chandelier song, and then there was this fucking boring fucking song that had the same structure all the way through it. It was what was it like? It was like, once I was 7 years old, my daddy told me, and then he just goes through every year of his life. Once I was 8 years old, I fell and I skinned my knees. It's like, hey, this guy's whole boring life playing out in front of me. Horrible, horrible. And then there was another one too, but thankfully, I've banished it from my head. Yeah, that song is the absolute worst, dude. I'm just like, oh God, please, not this again. I'd hear it starting, because we had to drive around a lot and shit. Especially when I first moved to fucking San Antonio, we spent a lot of time in the car because we were just back and forth getting shit that we needed and looking at new places. For a while, we moved from hotel to hotel, so it was like, man, a lot of driving. Like a lot of that bullshit fucking. Oh yeah, that song is terrible. What's another one? I'm gonna try and remember that because it was around the same time there was another fucking song that drove me absolutely nuts. Oh, it was uh I used to think they were saying have fun, take pills. But I guess it's have fun, cheap thrills. I don't wanna get Spain to bars, so have fun tonight. Have fun, take pills. I don't wanna get down to bar, have fun tonight. Have fun, take pills. It's like, oh God, please. No. Once I was 27 years old, and Paul told me, "Dine or stop barking," then whatever, dude. Fuck these songs. Yeah, that stupid song. There was a bunch of them, actually. There was probably a couple more that I'm not remembering. Yeah, I think it's that cheap thrills shit. Opinion on Heaven Upside Down. I've heard some tracks from it that I liked, and I've heard some tracks from it that I haven't liked. I haven't sat down to give it a full listen yet. So, oh yeah, there was that. What was that one that sounds all like fucking? It sounds like reggae almost. The guy's got like a. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for me. I'm coming for your whole crew. I'm coming for da ba da ba ba da boo. What was that shit? What was that song? A bullet for me. A bullet for you. Uh, Paul, ban you, please ban me. You want to be banned? I mean, like, I really rather not, man. I'd rather not do it. I'd rather not do it, dude. Dear Paul, how do I live a fulfilling life while interacting with as few people as possible, dude? You got me. I mean, I'm a I'm a fellow soul that's chasing that goal, but I haven't figured it out. So, is this the real Paul? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a live stream to escape from reality. Fantasy situation. What? What? Oh man. I know you're straight, right? But yes, you're right. But have you ever seen anything with a gay romance in it, movie or show that you really like? I actually liked Brokeback Mountain. I thought that was a really good movie. And that's, I mean, the whole thing is the whole central story is a gay romance. So I'm a homo because I liked Brokeback, dude. If Paul's gonna go on a mass killing spree, these videos are gonna be on the news showing his descent into madness. Your guys are never gonna get that news story from me. I couldn't hurt a fucking fly, dude. I don't wanna fight people. I don't wanna hurt people. The whole idea of hurting a person is so adverse to me that even if I went crazy, it'll be a different kind of crazy. It won't be a like stabby crazy. So I don't want to fight anybody, dude. I don't want to fight anybody. I don't get punchy, you know what I mean? I've been around a lot of that shit and I just try and diffuse it if I see it or just not involve myself in it. And I would rather fucking do anything than come to blows with a person. It's just like such a stupid fucking primeval thing to do. Billy threw his piss on. Yeah, that's true, dude. Billy threw his piss on me, so I attacked him while he was in his seat. So I do have a line, I guess. Billy piss is the line, dude. Meh. That song, well, whatever. 21 Pilots, maybe. I don't know anything about them, but if they sang the song I was talking about, then it's a terrible song, and it shouldn't have been played anywhere near the amount of fucking time that it was played on the radio. And if the rest of their shit sounds like that, they suck. Is Billy an asshole? No. Billy is one of the nicest dudes. Like, just immediately, I felt like I was friends with Billy. It's a weird thing. Like, it usually takes me a while to feel like I'm friends with a person. But I remember going down to meet Billy at the studio in Washington the first time he was on the show. And I went down and met him out in the parking lot, and we shook hands. And it was like immediately we were talking, like we knew each other. It was cool. The elevator ride up, we were joking back and forth and shit. We were already friends by the time we got to the studio. And he has that quality about him. If you ever get the chance to meet Billy, he is surrounded always by a flock of people that want to know him. That's his kind of like, that's his gift in life. He's got that like magnetic thing where people are just drawn to him, and he feels very familiar immediately. That's the coolest thing about Billy. He's a cool guy. Like Hitler. Yeah, like Hitler. The allegations that Trump worked with Russia are proven. What do you think will happen to him? Impeachment, or does he step down? Does he keep going? I can't see him stepping down. So let's say, yeah, the smoking gun happens or whatever. And everybody knows that Trump colluded with Russia to influence the election and blah, 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 and made political promises and has, ties to them that makes, the whole thing. Just the mountain of evidence that would have to come forth to showing that comes forth. I don't see Donald Trump quitting, ever. I don't see him being the next guy to go out like Nixon. His ego is too strong for that. He would never do that, even if it was in the best interest of the country. So it would probably be our first impeachment, like our first fully realized impeachment. And it would be fucking insane. It would be crazy. You think Trump touched Putin's pee-pee? Do you find that the right-wing media like to deride the left for being too sensitive and hyperbolic while complaining about the most trivial of things? Well, yeah. I mean, like, the mainstream media shit, like, the bias is so clear now that if you're not aware of it going in, then you're probably retarded. So I don't even bother with that shit. I mean, like, I skim the news to find out what the headlines are, and if there's something that interests me, I go and look into it, but it's just like, it's so completely and totally obvious now what's going on. So, fuck that shit. That ain't news. Paul, will you take DMT? That question, man, it just like persists throughout all of these live streams. There's always somebody here that wants to know what I think about DMT. That's interesting, Paul, but what do you think about DMT? Hitler took the DMT. Stalin took the DMT. Mao took the DMT. Hitler took the DMT. Stalin took the DMT. I mean, we covered the best way to kill yourself last night. So if you want to, go towards the end of last night's stream and you'll find the answer. Does anyone actually take this fool seriously? Ugly cunt, are you mad? You seem kind of angry. And everybody else, for the most part, seems pretty chill. So why are you mad? Why is you angry? I take you very seriously, Paul. Very seriously. Got kicked out of med school. What do you do now? Get a job at a place waiting tables and slowly descend into alcoholism. I don't know. I mean, that's as a good a piece of advice as any. Obligatory poop balls. Obligatory. If you really wanted to kill something, you really, really wanted to do it, how would you go about it? If I see, it's hard for me to even put myself in that mindset because I don't want to kill anybody. Like, I'm against the death penalty. I don't think that anybody should be killing anybody. I think that's a good golden rule. So, I don't even know, man. They killed everyone I know. I mean, in order to remain honest about my position, if they killed everyone I know, they should be tried for the murders. You know, they should be taken into custody and tried for the murders. That's the way it works. And I would not want the death penalty sought because letting the state kill that person would not bring back the people that I love. Puss. Am I going to start lifting again? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned. Why I don't know. Whatever. You're my Tyler Durden. You've gone haywire. Have I? Well, whatever. Nothing I can do about that now. This chat is garbage. I mean, some of it is. Every once in a while, a little nugget of gold-encrusted shit floats to the top of the garbage, though. That's the beautiful thing about it. Okay. Fucking cracker, and yeah, I'll say it to your face, pussy. Damn. How did you get mad? I mean, whatever. I'm not offended by being called a cracker, but why are we even talking about that, dude? Yeah, why the fighting words, man? What am I supposed to say to your face and shit? Paul, you've probably been asked this, but what do you think about net neutrality? Yeah, man, I don't want to go into net neutrality. We talked about it a lot during a recent stream. You ever wonder if you're just talking to a broken phone in an empty, abandoned house? Wow. Wouldn't that be fucked up? What if I am just sitting in a fucking hovel somewhere, talking to an abandoned, broken phone, thinking I'm seeing all these people I'm living with and shit? Wow. I don't think so, though. I mean, like, I stopped questioning my sanity a long time ago. I'm not completely sane. I know this. I know this about myself. It's one of those things that I have to kind of admit. And not for edgy purposes, but for real life practical purposes. I have a tendency to lapse into things that would, I don't know, just lapse into like fantasies. Are you sure you're completely? Nah, absolutely not. Have you ever had thoughts that made you afraid of your own self or fear what your brain was capable of rationalizing in a reactionary moment? Um, I mean, I got to be honest with you. The violence that I've been faced with, I have faced in a very pacifistic way. Only one or two times in my whole life have I, been brought to the point of having a stand-up fight with people. I've tried to break up fights. I've tried to mediate fights. I was surrounded by a lot of that. Those of you that have watched my story times have probably heard the carjacking story. So that was a time where I was threatened with extreme violence, and I reacted by being compliant, and it ended up working out for me. But I think it shows a lot because when I tell people that story, the carjacking story, one of the common reactions that people have to that is to go, "Oh man, I don't know how you did that, man. I would have fucking went for the gun, or I would have punched one, or tried to get the gun away from him and shit." And like, I don't think that anybody that's not gone through that can comment on what they would do in that moment. Number one, and number two, I don't think that that was, at least not in my instance, the best thing that I could have done. I think the best thing I could have done is what I did do, which was remain compliant so that I was released unharmed. So, had I gone for the gun, there's a good chance that I would have gotten my fucking head turned into a canoe. I saw the one gun that was held to my head. I had no idea if the other dude had a gun. So, even if I do start wrestling for the gun, that dude that's sitting in the front seat goes for his gun, and I get fucking drilled. You know what I mean? So, I'm just not really a fighting person. I don't have that instinct or drive in me, and it at least has never been the first thing that I've gone to in any hard situation ever in my life. And when people go there with me, my tendency is to just walk away from them because I just consider it to be like a totally fucking inappropriate social interaction. So I'm not interested in doing the testosterone shit. That doesn't get me off. It's like, okay, I'm gonna leave now. Have fun being a fucking silverback for a while. I didn't walk away when Billy threw his pee. Well, you realize that. Anyways, never mind. I'm not going to explain it. If you don't know by now, then you'll never know. Did you hear about the new movie with Adam Sandler on Netflix? Apparently, he's receiving praise. Well, I haven't seen it. They just wanted a joyride, Paul. Was at the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, I think they wanted more than a joyride. I think that they were looking for money. In fact, that's most of the conversation that I had with them. That wasn't, them threatening me or ordering me to do something. Was asking where the shit that was worth money was at. So they figured that, I probably had some money in a wallet. I didn't. I was broke as a joke. I was a fucking high school student. I had no money. One of them claimed to have smelled weed as they were walking by, but I was only smoking cigarettes. They kept interrogating me about, "Where's your weed? Where's the weed, man?" It's like, no money, no weed. There's a pack of Marlboro Lights right there. That's what you smelled. People who rob people are the only people who deserve to die. I don't think that's true. You think the GOP will be able to win the presidency again? If the fucking Democrats run Hillary again, they might just win a second term. I mean, that's just the truth. Nobody wants Hillary, and she's gearing up to be for a candidacy already. She's on the fucking speaking tour. Exploratory committee has been fucking established. She's doing it all. She's doing everything that somebody does when they're getting ready to run for the fucking presidency. And I don't know that the structure of the DNC has changed enough that they're not just going to coronate her again. And if they do that, and Donald has survived his legal troubles and his self-inflicted bullshit and runs for re-election, he might win again. In fact, I'd say that if they run Hillary again, there's a good chance that he wins again. What's the most ridiculous thing that you once genuinely believed? I mean, I've believed some really ridiculous shit. I was raised, moderately Christian, so I used to believe that God and Jesus was real. My mom is a very superstitious person. So she has all these, like, if a black cat crosses your path, you're supposed to spit over your left shoulder, and if you don't, then you're going to have bad luck, and you don't walk under a ladder, and you don't break a mirror, because if you do, it's really bad luck and shit. And I grew up, at least as a child, believing those things. I also at one point believed in the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus as well. So it's hard to pick which one of those is more ridiculous. I always thought the most ridiculous one, honestly, was the Easter Bunny. Because that one just made absolutely no sense. You know what I mean? Like, Santa at least had this kind of like backstory and reason to exist and this whole thing. But like the Easter Bunny, for us growing up, was just a bunny that came by and left you a giant basket filled with candy and presents and shit in exchange for a carrot. Because we'd put a carrot out. So I think the Easter Bunny has got to be the most ridiculous one. I mean, if you really got to strip it down, that is just... You were told he left eggs. Yeah, see, I mean, he left us Easter baskets that had candy and like little toys in them and stuff. He left. My parents pretended to be giant bunnies and left. You know what I mean? That's the ridiculousness of it. Is like, even though I know that I still think of the Easter Bunny as a thing. Is the kayfabe preconceived or mostly improvised? It's both. I mean, there have been incidents of kayfabe that were all preconceived and pre-planned, and there were elements that kind of were born in the moment. And that's the way it works. So a fucking rabbit comes up on a Sunday with baskets and toys and lays chocolate eggs for you to find at 8 years old. I knew what bullshit smelled like. Well, yeah, by 8, you kind of knew. Talking about before that, when you're still like, oh, I believe everything my parents say. You never believed in the Tooth Fairy? Oh, get out of here, you. You believed. You believed. The Easter Bunny reportedly was introduced into America by German immigrants who bought over their stories of an egg-laying hare. Oh, stupid Germans. Of course, the people that invented Lederhosen came up with the most ridiculous character that a bunch of people believe in ever. The whole country of Germany, it's a country of trolls, dude. They've been trolling they can't stop trolling. And it's fine. I'm fine with it. Trolls need a country too. Paul, you should check out Marble. I've seen Marble Hornets. It's pretty cool. It's hard to go back and watch because like I didn't watch all of it, and it's hard to go back and watch more after you've tuned out because there's so many different little cross reference. It's kind of one of those things you have to binge watch, I think, to really get. But I enjoyed some of the Marble Hornet stuff. The early kind of setup stuff and the descent, the first kind of descent into madness and all of that. I liked that shit. I really want to meet you someday. I hope there's going to be a Europe tour again someday. Last time I couldn't come because it was 1 month before my 18th birthday. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, I hope to get to go to Europe someday. It seems pretty like a pretty far away goal at this point. So, um, oh shit, dude, fucking German shit. Yeah, dude, the Netherlands. Definitely want to go to Amsterdam for sure. You shrink yourself and hang out in my beard. I mean, as long as you'll like not make a huge ruckus in there, I'm fine with that. Come on in. You got to be really small though. I can't have like a little like fucking elf hanging from my fucking like a Keebler elf hanging out of my beard. You got to be like small. You got to get all up in there and nestle in, and I got to not know you're there. Damn, dude. Why you got to bring all that? Why you got to bring all that racist propaganda up in here, dude? Leave your dirty racism at the door, sir. I want to go back to Amsterdam too. Too much drugs I didn't try. Okay, we'll get back over there and try some more Amsterdam drugs. Coming to Denver anytime? Probably not. I mean, like if I end up in Denver, it's probably because I have a flight that connects somewhere else out of Denver. I've been to Denver a couple of times, meaning I've caught a plane from Denver to somewhere else. So, probably not. You could have a Paul's Dick look-alike contest. Grand prize $200. Yeah, dude. Start sending in your dicks, and I'll pick the one that looks the most like my dick. Mosif Jatelli here. Get a dick double. Yeah, I'll hire a dick double. I'll recruit a dick double. Somebody that's got a dick that looks just like mine. So I can say, look, you can't see my dick, but you can see this dude's dick. And I'm telling you, it's real close. What you drinking? Iced tea. Chewing ice is bad. Well, I'm fucked. Because I'm an ice chewing motherfucker. But I'm fucked on multiple fronts. Will you come to Austin in the future? There's a more decent chance that I'll be in, at least in the area of Austin. Because Ashley's family lives San Antonio area, so I may spend some vacation time there sometime in the future. How long do you think it will take for Brett's children to turn on him? I mean, I'd be surprised if it isn't already happening to certain extents. Like if his son is 18 and shit, but it'll, probably when they have enough to support themselves, and then he starts hitting them up for, 'for, loans and things that he needs and wants and shit. 'Cause, I mean, like, if he has enough to support himself, and then he starts hitting them up for loans and things that he needs and wants and shit. 'Cause, I mean, like, if he has enough to support himself, and then he starts hitting them up for loans and things that he needs and wants and shit. 'Cause, I mean, like, if he has enough to support himself, and then he starts hitting them up for loans and things that he needs and wants and shit. 'Cause, I mean, like, if he has enough to support himself, and then he starts hitting them up for loans and things that he needs and wants and shit. 'Cause, I mean, like, if he has enough to support himself, and then he starts hitting them up for loans and things that he needs and wants and shit. 'Cause, I mean, like, if he has enough to support himself, and then he starts hitting them up for loans and things that he needs and wants and shit. 'Cause, I mean, like, if he has enough to support himself, and then he starts hitting them up for loans and things that he Will I ever have kids? No. Let your scalp warm. Paul, you are a worthless loser, then can't have children. Well, you're a worthless loser, then can't fucking type a coherent comment. So I guess we're both worthless losers. Ever thought of making a costume for your No True Scotsman character? Like what? Just get like a Scottish beret with a little poof on top. I don't know what else to do. Like a kilt. But you wouldn't be able to see the kilt on the show, so what would be the point of getting a kilt? Paul, can you go more in depth why you move? Because the show was based in an area that was super expensive, and the adpocalypse happened, which cut the legs out from underneath the show financially. And it took a long time for us to recover ways of doing that. And in that period of time, it was no longer feasible for me personally to live in the area that I was living. The other guys were coming here to pursue opportunities and offered me the option to come along. It's much more reasonable here, so that was the main decision behind the move. That's as much detail as I can give you. So, is this a free speech zone? To an extent. So I guess no. Let's see. Whoa. Get out of here, man. Get out of here with your crazy German bullshit. I feel like you've said that already. Why do people not listen in here? I don't know. I mean, maybe he wasn't here when I said it, but I do feel like I've told that story like 15 fucking 20 times. Has Brett still not posted anything? I think not. I think it's still happening, but he's got to make it 6 months. I told TJ the other day not to even fucking worry about it. I'd start worrying if I were him when he's made it like 5 months. He's at like a month now. He's got like 4 more months to go before I would genuinely start worrying, and I don't think he's going to make it. I think he will be back in one form or another within that 4-month period or 5-month period. He'll crack. I think so. I think so. But, that's just a guess. He might out of spite try and wait 6 months just so TJ has to buy everybody an Xbox. But you never know. The world may never know. Brett is busy transitioning. Oh, you think he's going to come back as Brettsy? Oh, I know Brett's. He may not watch every one of these, but he's watching a lot of the time. And he loves being talked about. Which, I mean, you can take that how you want. I don't mind, discussing the Keenster when it comes up, but if you're of the Star of the Manatee variety, then this is, the best thing I could do would be to not talk about Brett at all. But I don't know. Come out of the shadows. Come forth from the shadows, manatee. Reveal thyself. Do you like any classical music? Yes. Yes, yes, I do. I do like classical music. Bela Bartok is my favorite composer. Listen to Allegro Barbaro. That's my favorite piece of classical music. I go to school in Missouri, and the other day there was a giant bus there from Festus, and I was hoping to God Brett was there, but sadly he wasn't. I mean, yeah, that would require him like traveling and shit. He's not doing that. He's not sitting on a fucking bus, dude. There's no way. With his half gray, half black hair, chilling in the bus. It's just not gonna happen, dude. Brett's a disgrace. He's the disgrace, dude. Will you ever really put your dick on Pornhub? And if so, has Naughty Priest given you more than half the required amount? You're gonna have to talk to my representation about that. All right, that's something that's above me. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to get in touch with my people. Okay. My favorite part of the original Resident Evil game was when the character would play Moonlight Sonata to get the secret room. Yeah, yeah, that was kind of cool. I remember that little trick. Chick ticka, ha, that's okay. Okay. Paul, baby, my people can double what Naughty Priest promises. Who can we contact? Give $400 right now. Contact me. Boom. Show me that show me that you're entering the bidding war. I mean, what do you mean, how do you contact me? $400 for an empty promise? I love it when Paul tears down the trolls. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not tearing anybody down. I'm looking to build up the trolls. I'm looking to build them into something that's serviceable as a troll, man. Well, I have to go watch Wishmaster 4. It is the thing I've been avoiding up until this point. And then I've got to start writing. So, thank you guys for chilling. And I will see you next time. Good night.